2 steps ahead. I am always 2 steps ahead. Today, all hope of finding mains finally die out. Beta cycles post V6 definitely do not exist. That's why I waited for one more week for everything to be set in stone. I'll be recapping all of Fraudnon's flaws and why he's genuinely the worst pull value units in a long time, and all of the other units' strengths. But before that, let me introduce to you the best platform for recharging Stellar Jades, LD Shop. On LD Shop, you can purchase Stellar Jades at an extremely cheap rate compared to in-game. Using LD Shop, you can save up to 15% or even more when recharging your Honkai Star Rail accounts. Today I'll be buying this Jade pack that only costs $43.70 compared to the in-game price of $50. All you need to do is give LD Shop your account UID and region, send your payment, and the Stellar Jades will be sent straight to your account in less than a minute. On top of that, if you recharge up to $80 in a month, you can get a supply pass for free. There's no reason to not use this website. People who say there are risks to doing this are complete idiots that don't know how it works. I swear on my channel's integrity that you will not be banned or scammed. Don't forget to register using my link in the description for an extra 10% off coupon. I hope you would recharge on this website after registering using my link because that's the best way to support my channel right now as YouTube is being a bitch. Anyways, Fraudnon's flaw of having high floor low ceiling syndrome still did not change. His fundamental kit from V1 did not change. That means his ults still take a ridiculously long time to end with no way to optimize it. Also, for Fraudnon, you can play on auto and manual and pretty much not see the difference because, to put it simply, there's no skill expression, just like Firefly. That also didn't change from V1, not even a little bit. His stat saturation makes substats worth less than usual is still there. In fact, the only thing that even changed from V1 to the end of beta is his idolins, which got nerfed. They fixed his base attack, so that's not even worth mentioning. His E1 became useless outside of PF, and continues to saturate his stats. And his E2 went from absolutely no saturation to chance of being saturated with supports giving res pen. As we all know, mechanics supersedes multipliers, so him having dogshit levels of mechanics is unfixable no matter what multipliers they gave him. His idolins never recovered from V3, so Fraudnon is almost at his weakest right now. Now, the new brand of copium is to think Ceridra will save Fraudnon. This is an absolute idiotic idea because anyone with a semblance of pattern recognition can see that dedicated supports do not function in Honkai Star Rail. First exhibits, we got Jiaqiu, who is so horrendously weak that he was only used for Acheron because the next best option was Gui Naifen, who wasn't even a debuffer. The moment we got a serious debuffer who is more of a generalist, he got power crept out of Acheron's team and isn't even usable anywhere else. Then we got Fugue, who is actually a great support for Super Break, but Firefly, who is the closest character to Fraudnon right now, is so weak that even from going from sustain team with Gallagher to sustain-less team with Fugue couldn't allow her to compete with most DPSs in the game, by her nature of being high floor, low ceiling. So either you're too weak for supports to make an impact, or the support is too weak to make an impact. That's the two fates of dedicated supports. Since Fraudnon falls in the first category, I don't think Ceridra will help him at all. At most, it'll make him survive for one more patch like Firefly after she got Fugue. People will still cope, but just now my prediction to meta is the absolute one truth in the world. The reason Fraudnon ended up this bad and didn't get any changes is because I said he wouldn't get any changes and end up being bad all the way back in V1, and I'm literally never wrong about these kinds of stuff. Archer, on the other hand, is still broken after the multiplier nerf. His final damage dropped by 7%, but he's still top tier in MOC and can still 1-cost cycle new MOCs while accounting himself as a cost. He also works with quite a few supports that people don't need, with his best sustainless team ever being Sparkle, Cypher, and Silverwolf, making him the first unit to function ridiculously well in a 2 Nihility team since Acheron. All of these factors make me surprised how he survived beta since he's a free unit. But his E1 is ridiculous too, so I guess there's something to bait polls. The only gripe I have about him is not even his fault. It's people counting him as zero cost to bring down the total cost of the clear. Cost is used for strength comparisons, not just accessibility, so we need to take into account the strength of a unit. It makes no sense to cost fraud a unit that by all means don't even need it. It gives the wrong impression. Limited units will always be one cost, especially a limited unit that can one cost your cycle. Lastly, Saber got the biggest final changes. Every aspect of her got buffed, more energy, more damage, and so on. She still doesn't use any of Archer's supports, so you can genuinely just run both servants in any game mode you want if that's what you're into, and you won't get any drawbacks from doing that. Because of Saber's massive buffs, she is able to match Archer in MOC now too. She reached 2 cost 0 cycle without any shilling, which actually can and will be lowered to 1 cost when I get my hands on her. Archer can 1 cost off weakness, but he also got a much bigger boost from the turbulence. That's why I consider them pretty much equal, as long as Saber can 1 cost 0 cycle said MOC. They're truly trying to milk the Fate units that will never rerun. It makes sense why PHAINON got shafted like this, honestly. No more cope, no more hope. PHAINON mains should watch Unlimited Blade Works and realize true peak. That's all for today, and I'll see you in the next one.